In this week's Parshas Shelach, Moshe Rabbeinu sends out the Meraglim to spy out the land of Eretz Yisrael, and it says, "Uri'isem es ha'aretz," and you should see the land. What's very interesting to note is that the word Uri'isem is also used at the end of the Parsha, where the Torah talks about the mitzvah of tzitzis, where we say it every single day in Kriya Shema. In the third Parsha, it says, "Uri'isem oisoi." You should see your tzitzis. You should look at them. And it's fascinating that the same exact word is used twice in this week's Parsha, once at the very beginning and once at the very end. What's the connection? What are these bookends of the word Uri'isem telling us? One by the mitzvah of tzitzis, and one by Moshe telling the Meraglim to spy out the land. So I heard over this answer in the name of Rabbi Yitzchak Finger Shlita, who said that what Moshe was telling the Meraglim and what Hashem is telling us by tzitzis is to look deeper. Look beyond what's in front of you. Look into the potential and the future of what's there. For example, by tzitzis, we know that when we see the tzitzis, when we look at the tzitzis, we're not just supposed to focus on the physical tzitzis in front of us. The tzitzis, which has a string of tcheles, which is supposed to be included in the tzitzis, the tcheles is the color blue, which is doime to the yam, which is the sea, which is doime l'rakia, which is the same color as the sky, which resembles the kisei hakavod. And just looking at the tzitzis is supposed to lead us into remembering one thing after another until we remember the kisei hakavod and HaKadosh Baruch Hu himself. So by looking at the physical tzitzis is not just about the tzitzis, it's what's beyond the tzitzis. So too Moshe was trying to tell the Meraglim, Uri'isem es ha'aretz hazeh, you should look at this land, but don't just look at it in a very factful, basic, superficial vision. Look at it in a deeper sense, go behind just what's right in front of you. Go deeper, dig deeper, look. In fact, in Parshas Dvarim, when Moshe Rabbeinu was recounting in Mishnah Torah all the travails and travels of Klal Yisrael, he doesn't use the lashon vayasuru as the arts. He uses the lashon vayachperu, which means to dig also, because you have to dig behind and look. They looked at it in a negative sense, but he was telling them to look at it in a positive sense. Look deeper. Look what the potential is for Klal Yisrael over here. That's the Uri'isem. And in fact, now that we mentioned the word vayasuru, it's actually very, very interesting. Another connection that the word vayasuru, to spy out the land, Moshe Rabbeinu said that they should go losur es ha'aretz, to spy out the land. The shirish of the word losur or vayasuru is tur, is taf resh, which is the numerical value, the gematria of 600, which is also the same exact gematria of tzitzis. Because they're both the same lesson, they're both telling us the same thing. Spy out the land. Go deeper than what you're looking for. The spying out is to take your vision and go beyond what's there, but in a positive sense. Losor es ha'aretz, to take Eretz Yisrael and raise it up, the same way you look at your tzitzis and you raise it up and you remember the kisei hakavod. May we be zeicha to look at our tzitzis and remember only positive things and utilize it to serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu in a positive sense. Uri'isem oisoi. Have a beautiful Shabbos.